Let's go to item number 8, new business, authorization to the city manager to enter into an agreement with CMMC for public outreach and communications. May we have a staff report, please,
You
city
may.
manager?
Yes, and I will be brief. Tom is second to last man standing. Thank you, Tom. Just, really quick, by way of backstory, a little over a year ago, the city began looking into, renewing its parcel tax and the process for that. There was a series of steps that were made in the fall of 23. Ultimately, the city hired a consultant to provide guidance. Some of that was financial modeling, polling, and then ultimately public outreach. It's a step-by-step process that typically cities go through. The poll results came out on council meeting on March 12th of 2024, which coincided with my first council meeting as your acting city manager. Following that council meeting, the council directed staff, me, to begin community engagement under this contract. It quickly became apparent to me that given the state of multiple things going on in the city, there was just no way that could be done effectively with so much at stake. I brought a recommendation to the council to suspend this effort at that time as I got my feet wet. And I also requested that the council appoint an ad hoc committee, which they agreed to, of 2 council members to work with me and take those next steps. Continuing the backstory of how we got to tonight, among other things of trying to evaluate what the next steps are, we reconsidered bringing on a partner to help with community engagement, and I'll talk to you about why I believe that is important. We met with 3 or 4 different firms, very reputable. We reached out to all of our networks and got lots of recommendations back. We did reach out to the firm that we used in the past, and first the person that was assigned to our case no longer worked there, and we just thought that a fresh start and a new approach was probably where we stand. Through those discussions, we lost a council member on that ad hoc committee, and we're going to hopefully address that tonight as well. Mayor Lozzi and I continued on. We had multiple conversations with these different representatives from these firms. Where we've landed, and our recommendation to you, is a firm called Communications and Media Management Consultant. Tom Lorenz, who's in our audience, is the principal and would be working with us. So what are they going to do? Tom is going to work with the ad hoc committee and the city council and the staff to develop a communication strategy to really tell the city's story. I think one of the things that came out of the poll results and sort of the things and maybe it was advantageous as a newcomer, not somebody who's been here for a while, I could determine, there is this story to tell, and it's maybe not being told enough. I think it is out there. So we would be working with Tom to develop, traditional methods, online methods, and most importantly, sort of a format and talking script, if you will, presentation to host a series of town hall meetings over the next 90 days. Where and when those town hall meetings are, we don't have that yet, but we want to develop the template. In fact, Mayor Lozzi and I today were asked to go speak at the Peninsula Seniors, and we were going to not necessarily talk about this, we're going to talk more about the history of the city, and we pivoted really quickly and talked about emergency preparedness. This has been booked for several weeks. So we want to put together a sort of a comprehensive communications plan and a town hall meeting. I don't want to call it a template, but you take my meaning, so we can get out there and start telling the story. At that point, what we are recommending, and I say we as the ad hoc committee, is in working with Tom, doing that for 90 days, hot and heavy, just do a second poll, using our first poll as a baseline, and those that are on the council remember this discussion from 6 or 7 months ago. There was talk about go out and do the public engagement, and then poll again to see see if you've made any improvements, see if it's changed sort of the not the narrative, but sort of the story we're going to tell, and the understanding of what we're trying to do and what we're up against. So we are bringing that back. We have our baseline. If everything works out, it'll be about a year later, and we'll see if we've made our communication efforts have helped and helped residents understand. We see this as a cooperative opportunity between not just the city, but also with residents. Because when I've been talking to a lot of residents, they understand what's going on, and they see it. And we want to enhance that. We want to empower a lot of people to tell our story. So that's really what we're looking for tonight. The agreement with Tom is an annual agreement. There's a monthly fee of about $3,000. I know that seems weird. Doesn't seem like a lot, but we've talked to multiple cities he's worked with, and this is what he charges. He also does. Interestingly, also does emergency and crisis communications, and I know that he was working in 2 of those cities over the last couple of weeks, helping them out, or last week or so, Calabasas and Glendale. So that's my recommendation. The last piece we ask, if you approve going forward with this, is that you also select a member of the ad hoc committee to join Mayor Lozzi and myself to get this up and running. So